These days, it can be hard to describe what makes Nashville, Nashville. Years of rapid growth have brought new opportunities and new residents who love the city, but it's come at a cost.
Gentrification has driven every neighbor elsewhere.
The end is near for Exit In.
Yeah, we're talking about the historic Nashville music venue.
Investors are snatching everything up, and they're making it to where they're the only people that are competitive.
One by one, we've watched historic venues, homegrown local businesses, and lifelong residents get pushed out by powerful real estate developers and rising costs. We've lost much of what makes our city home. And sadly, we may be on the verge of losing more.
The highly contested issue of racing at the Fairgrounds Speedway in Nashville back in court today. Opponents want to end racing at the historic track by changing the Metro charter.
A billionaire developer is circulating a petition to demolish yet another historic place. This time, the Nashville Fairground Speedway.
I know there's some movement to try to make a change there. That's quite scary.
Over the next few months, this billionaire's team of paid canvassers will show up on your doorstep and ask you to sign the petition to demolish the Speedway. I'm here to ask you to keep Nashville, Nashville. Decline to sign.
Good afternoon. I'm Jim McKay's Biggie to you from Nashville. We want to show you yet another corner of the wide world of motorsport.
For more than 120 years, the Nashville Fairground Speedway has been a part of this city's identity and a fixture in American sports.
And this predated country music in Nashville. You know, this is who we were.
Racing is the original major league sport in Nashville, Tennessee. It is still the mecca from across the country. You ask any race car driver in America, where do you want to win? It's Nashville.
The Fairgrounds Speedway is the second oldest continually operating racetrack in the United States. Older than the Indianapolis 500.
Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway was built in 1904 as a horse racing track.
After horses came cars, and from 1958 to 1984, the track hosted 42 of NASCAR's top-tier Cup Series races and some of the biggest names in the history of the sport.
They always told me if you can win at Nashville, you can win anywhere.
NASCAR races continued even after the Cup Series moved on until 2009, when there was a call to tear down the track and redevelop the property. But Nashvillians took a stand. In 2011, we voted in a 2-1 landslide election victory to save the track. Voters said, let's protect the Expo Center, the flea market, the fair, and above all, racing. Since that vote, the fairgrounds has changed a lot. We've built a stadium for our new MLS soccer team, and new apartment and retail projects are underway, but Nashville's let the racetrack fall into disrepair. In 2018, when a top NASCAR track operator, Speedway Motorsports, approached the city with a proposal to renovate the track and build a sound wall, new opposition emerged.
Fast cars, billionaires, and a years-long battle over Nashville's historic racetrack is only heating up. And it is a battle sparking plenty of accusations and questions, including whether one of Nashville's most prominent businessmen went back on his word.
Nashville SC owner John Ingram promised to be a good partner in exchange for his new stadium, only years later to support groups that want to replace racing altogether.
I am painfully aware that trust is in short supply.
Billionaire John Ingram and his real estate development partner, Market Street Enterprises, want to get rid of the racetrack. Market Street is the same company that developed the Gulch, and they want to sell land next to the Nashville Zoo for a multi-million-dollar data center. Their motive is simple: get rid of the Speedway, and you've got over 100 acres of city-owned real estate for the taking to pump more profits into a billionaire's pocket. It's a clever real estate scheme. Here's how you pull it off. First, hire a laundry list of PR agencies, political operatives, and lawyers to fuel opposition to the track. Check. Next, float a petition to tear down the track with language that's so confusing, voters won't know what it actually does, and a judge forces you to rewrite it multiple times. check. Finally, you hire a New York campaign consultant and hundreds of out-of-state door knockers to collect signatures. You're going to need about 50,000 names, so that means camping out in public spaces like supermarkets and showing up to people's homes during dinner and on the weekends. You tell everyday Nashvillians that their signature will help expand affordable housing in their neighborhood. You'll say anything to get the names on the page. And that's where we are now. It's all very misleading. But don't just take my word for it. Nashville's leaders agree. The petition hides its true intent.
Chancellor Patricia Moskal reversed a decision by Metro's Charter Revision Commission. She agreed with attorneys that the title of the proposed charter amendment, quote, does not clearly express its subject, which is to permanently end racing at the city-owned fairgrounds.
I've been skeptical as it's made its way through. What I saw originally proposed didn't seem to me to really advance a productive conversation about the future of the fairgrounds. I don't think anybody is out there saying, let's tear down the fairgrounds, but that's sort of what is enabled by this proposal. Previous versions of it concerned me because they enabled far more than just kind of a tear down the racetrack proposition, and it was very strange to me to kind of see it commingled with housing affordability, because I think it's not necessarily what I would recommend to voters.
But they're not listening to any of that, and soon they'll make it to your doorstep.
I stand before this council tonight to say that we at Soccer support racing, the flea market, and the rest of the uses of the fairgrounds. And we plan to be good neighbors and to be friends. And with all due respect, when you approve this deal, I will personally be responsible to see that we follow through on our commitments, all of them.
The fate of the Nashville Fairground Speedway is about more than just racing. It's about what kind of city we want Nashville to be. Do we value our history, our commitments to one another, our quirks and character, the things that make Nashville, Nashville? If you believe that we do, then please decline to sign. Visit our website at declinetosignNashville.com to say enough is enough. We've already torn down too much of what makes Nashville special. It's up to us to stop it.
I've seen some wild finishes in some 30 years, but none ever to match what we've seen here on WTBS tonight.